I'm just gonna spoil the ending here. Doesn't work. Alright, so today we're doing February Raves and Rejects. I just filmed a makeup video on this look and I just felt like kind of chilling in this room and doing a more casual Raves and Rejects. Let me know how you feel about this background just every now and then. We're in 100% natural lighting right now. I'm just in front of the window. So if you're wondering about this makeup, it's coming in a future video, but this was thrifted, and then this is Miranda Fry, which I'll link down below. But let's get into the Raves and Rejects. So I have kind of like equal amount Raves and Rejects this month. I don't have a ton of stuff that I was like absolutely digging enough to tell you guys about. So let's get started. If you're excited, you can give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so first product is from Paula's Choice. I feel like I've mentioned this in a Raves and Rejects video, but I kind of stopped using it for maybe like 4 or 5 months. Not for any particular reason, I just kind of like forgot about it. And then recently, like within the last probably 5 weeks, a little over a month, I've been starting using this again. The 2% BHA liquid exfoliant salicylic acid. My skin has always responded really well to salicylic acid, even when I had cystic acne. But this is a liquid that you just put on a cotton pad. I put it on at night before all of my skincare. So like after I wash my face in the shower, I'll put this on using a cotton pad, and this has transformed the texture on my skin. I actually think this does way more than the Drunk Elephant TLC night serum. This is a chemical exfoliant. It says that you can use it once or twice daily, so I find that it is pretty gentle. I haven't tried using it twice daily, but I'm just using it at night right now. But when I tell you, this has smoothed out my forehead and my texture so much, you guys. It gives you like the glassy skin kind of look, at least on my skin. Totally worth it if you've been just looking for any kind of product like that that really helps out with the texture and just smoothing and evening out your skin. This is pure magic. So this highlight I discovered when I did the Trying Beauty Guru Favorites video. This was one of Shan Shortcake I can never say her channel. Shan Shortcake Beauty's channel. This is the Revolution Just My Type Highlighter Reloaded. And ever since that video, I have not put this thing down. It gives you that wet look highlight. It is like a kind of a peachy tone, but on my skin tone, I don't find that it's too dark. Every single time I've worn this, I've just been like, do I ever need another highlight in my life? It's very affordable. You can get it on Ulta. Highly recommend if you like kind of like a peachy tone highlight. Now that we're talking about highlights, let's just mention my other favorite highlight. This is Dolce Perla from Milani. So I did a Milani one brand tutorial. I actually pre-filmed that video at least a week before it went up, I think a little bit more. So the timing, if I'm like mentioning a product that you just saw in a video, it's actually, I've been testing it for longer than what you've seen, but anyways. So it's basically been between those two highlights, what I've been wanting to wear on my face. This one has a little bit more pink in it than the Milani one, but again, it just gives a similar look. If you have textured skin, I recommend both these highlights. They sit on the skin really nicely. They don't give you that like glittery look. By the way, today my highlight is not one that I like. I tested it in the video that I filmed before this one, so a lot of my makeup right now I don't like, but anyways, don't judge my highlight based on what you're seeing right now. So most days when I'm not filming, I'm literally just putting like concealer underneath my eyes and then putting this on my lips. This is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Peach Bellini. I feel like I am gonna go through this very quickly because like I said, I've been using it every single day. It just has the prettiest light pink nude color where it's not too pink. If you have fair skin, it gives you that look where it's like, it is a light nude color, but it's not like a dead nude. You could layer this on top of other lip products if you're going for a nude lip, or you could just wear it on its own. It does give you a bit of a tingle because it is a plumping gloss, but I don't find that it's like uncomfortable. And even if I'm like going on a walk or something, I just put it on because it adds a little bit of something. If you're not wearing makeup, it just makes you look a little bit more put together. I just absolutely, what's happening here? I can't even see myself right now because my camera's like 5 feet away, but it just gives you that really beautiful light nude plump lip look. I just grabbed something from my shower that I'm going to talk about, so now like some of these products are kind of wet in the bin, but this is a blush from MAC. It's their Glow Play blush in So Natural. If you like the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blushes, these are very similar. The shade So Natural is beautiful. It's a really unique formula. It's not a pure cream, but it's definitely not a powder. I like to apply it with a dry sponge, and I'll just press it onto my cheeks with a sponge. I feel like that applies it the best. The thing I really like about this is that it doesn't lift up the product underneath for me. Sun's like coming out now. A lot of cream blushes will almost like remove the coverage of my foundation underneath. This one I can wear on top of powder. It doesn't affect it, or I can wear on like no makeup days, and I don't find that it takes off the coverage underneath. It's a beautiful natural shade. The thing I like about this is that it's very versatile. Like I can wear it when I have full-on makeup like this on, or I can wear it when I'm doing a super natural look, and it works. I love it. Okay, this is the shower product that I mentioned. This is the EOS Shave Cream. So I just kind of was like in Bartell's, picked this up on a whim. I don't usually use shave cream. I usually just use body wash, but I don't know, I was just feeling this one. I was kind of sniffing around, and this one smells so good. This is in the shade Vanilla Bliss. It doesn't foam up. It's not like a traditional shave cream. It's more of like a lotion, so it's super moisturizing. So if you have dry skin, this is great. I really do feel like it adds a lot of moisture to my skin even when I'm out of the shower. So I've actually been using this like on my arms and stuff too, just almost as like an in-shower kind of lotion, because it is super moisturizing and it smells so good. If they made this in a candle or perfume, I would buy it because it's such a unique vanilla scent. It doesn't smell like traditional vanilla. Oh my god. It's very sweet, but not overpowering. Love the packaging, love how this feels on my skin. It does help shaving too. Who would have thought using a shave cream actually helps? Sometimes I feel like using a shaving cream just like clogs up the razor and you have to rinse it off a ton, but this one doesn't do that. I can just do my whole leg and then rinse it off. So I just all around like the formula of this, love the scent, love the packaging. Next, Rave e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I've used this, I feel like, in a lot of my videos recently, so you guys have already heard me talk about this, but this I've been loving if I just want to sheer out a product. So I don't use this if I have a bronzer that's already a bit more sheer. This is like, I'll go in with my Makeup Revolution bronzer, like any kind of bronzer or blush that I just want to sheer out, or I just want kind of like a natural look to my face with bronzer or blush, I'll use this because it does sheer it out, but it's really nice and soft, and it does still have like semi-dense bristles. So if you're someone who just likes a more natural wash of color, you don't want to look like super defined, super contoured, and don't want it to look too intense, then this is nice. You could also use this for face powder if you're someone who likes just a light dusting of powder. All right, when I was thinking about what my most used foundation was, there have been two. One of them I talk all about in my current foundation routine for long-lasting makeup. I'm pretty sure that Foundation Friday is going up before this video, like 90% sure. If it's already up, I'll link it in the eye and down below. If not, it's coming next week. So you guys will hear all about that foundation combo in that video. But the other foundation that now I've been testing it for a couple months because I've been wearing it since I did the Foundation Friday on this, but this is the AOA Studio Buildable Satin Foundation. You guys, this is a $2 foundation, $2. I did a whole review on this, so if you want to see how it wore throughout the day, you can check out that video, but it friggin' wears amazing on my skin. It looks like skin. It does have a true like satin finish, but it almost has that plumping kind of look to it. This is the shade 302, but my shade is 301. It's just in my overnight bag because I like to put in foundations in there that I'm either currently testing or that I really like, because a couple nights of the week I'll spend the night at my boyfriend's house and then get ready in the morning there. So I've had that foundation in that bag and I freaking love it. For a couple bucks, I feel like if you like medium coverage, you can build it up though and actually get some decent coverage. You do get 0.64 ounces, so almost half the amount of a normal foundation, but even then, if you get 2 bottles, that's over a fluid ounce of product, and it's $4, so it's still super affordable. Also, they do have a very limited shade range, but you could always buy a couple shades and mix them if you need to because it's so cheap. All right, so those are all of my raves from the last couple months. Also, I didn't say I haven't done a raves and rejects since the New Year video, like ones from 2019. Keep hitting this tree, sorry tree. So these are all my favorites in the last couple months, like all of January and February. Now let's move on to rejects. So this one I picked up at Burlington Coat Factory, which I had never been in. This was $3.99. Let me just tell you, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. Rach and I went to one in like North Seattle. There's one in North Seattle and then one in South Seattle. And the one in North Seattle is weird. Would not recommend. It feels like it's going out of business. It's a very odd feeling. There's like tons of empty floor space, and then the rest of it just kind of feels like a shitty version of TJ Maxx. So it was just all around very odd, like weird building, weird everything. But anyways, irrelevant. This is the Dove Hydro Body Lotion. Picked it up there. I just liked the scent of it and I was in need of a new body lotion. And typically I like Dove, you know? but I quickly realized I was not a fan of this. So first off, it's extremely liquidy, which is not something I want in a body lotion. Maybe some people would, but for me, I like a little bit thicker, like something that's gonna really stay on my body and hydrate it, not something that's like very runny and like falling out of my hands. So that I didn't like. I didn't feel like it really moisturized my skin at all. And then also the most bizarre thing, in here it smells just like pleasant, kind of neutral, soapy, whatever. When it's on my skin, it smells like straight up self-tanner, which I don't mind the self-tanner scent if I'm getting tan, but I'm not gonna voluntarily wear it if I'm staying a Casper shade. I kept getting whiffs of it as I've had this lotion on, and it's just a really unpleasant smell, unpleasant formula, wasted $4. So this I picked up at the Fred Meyer in Portland because I desperately needed a dry shampoo and forgot to pack one. So I wanted to try this brand since I've never heard of it. It's SGX-NYC. Wow, it's a lot of individual letters there. But this is the Dry Touch Volumizing Dry Shampoo. And I had very high hopes for this because it smells so good. Oh my god, I love the scent. It smells so clean. It's like that really clean soapy scent, but also like a perfume. Again, if this was made into a candle, I would buy it, but for dry shampoo, it does nothing. It literally does nothing to absorb the oil. At first I was like, maybe I didn't shake it enough. So I've tried this about 10 different times now. Sometimes with dry shampoos, it's like the way you spray it or the angle or something where like the powder just didn't come out. So I kept thinking that's what was happening, but then I realized this is just kind of shitty and it doesn't do anything. I don't know how this won a Best of Beauty Allure award. I mean, without insulting the entire journalism industry, a lot of the products that you see in those articles or the winners are either paid placements or they have like relationships with the journalists and stuff. So I don't know. I don't really believe those awards. I'm kind of skeptical of that anyways. It was very affordable though. I think it was around like $5. Oh man, this is awful. This is the AOA Super Strip Lash Adhesive. I mentioned this in one video where I was waiting for my lashes to dry down for, I'm pretty sure it was like 20 to 30 minutes. Like, it was insane. It's $1, but not all dollar products are worth it just because they're $1. You could save that $1 and put it to something that is really good, but $5, you know? So if you're shopping on Shop Miss A and you see this and you're tempted, don't do it. Save your money. Get the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, the aloe one. I'll link the one I like down below and that I use every day. Okay, my ankle's like jammed under this dresser thing. So this was sent in PR with like every other scent that they came out with, and I was so excited to try this because it's the Garnier Invisible Dry Shampoo Cocoa Colada. Says it has rice starch and it's supposed to instantly absorb oil. Again, this was one of those dry shampoos for me that not only didn't do anything, but it actually made my hair feel like wet. You spray it on, it does leave like moisture on your roots, and it didn't do anything, even worse than the other one as far as like absorbing oil. Yeah, if you're debating, don't do it. Okay, and then last reject. I am so confused by this product. So I got this based off of, I heard a couple people talking about it on YouTube, and this is the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer Medium to Tan. So I actually got this on Amazon. I think you can find it on Ulta too. Basically, it's an in-shower, no rinse, gradual tanner. So I'm just gonna spoil the ending here. Doesn't work, on me at least, did nothing. So basically what it says to do is after showering with the water off, but your skin's still wet, glide the lotion evenly onto wet skin. Dry and go. No need to rinse off or wait. Simply pat dry before getting dressed. Leaves no color residue behind, letting you get ready immediately. So when I was reading the reviews for this on Amazon, people were saying that the pat part was crucial. So you don't want to like rub it, you just want to pat it and let it like absorb into your skin. So that's what I did, and it just didn't do anything for me. And it also left me like very patchy. So like there were certain parts where I got a little bit of color, but it was just patchiness, and then it was like pure white, no color in other parts. But I'm more overall confused by this entire idea. Why would you want to have a wet in-shower self-tanner that still takes the same amount of time to dry down as a normal self-tanner? You just apply it when your body's wet, and then you can't like fully dry your body. You have to like pat dry your body. To me, I just really don't see the benefit. Like the only thing I could see is that because you're not fully drying your skin, maybe your body overall stays more moisturized. I don't know, man, but it just is more of a pain than normal self-tanner or normal gradual tanner. I would way rather just shower, wash off my body, dry my body, put on some gradual tanner, get dressed, and go. Like, that seems so much easier to me than like standing dripping wet in your shower and trying to apply it and then patting dry but not like rubbing it off. I just don't get it. If you've tried this and it works for you, let me know what, how, like why and how. Let me know everything. But those are all of my raves and rejects for January and February. I will link everything down below in the description box, but if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, you can give it a thumbs up. When this video goes up, I'm pretty sure I'll be in Miami, and then I go straight from Miami to New York, so I will be posting on Instagram and those places if you want to follow along. And I'm going to try and do some IGTVs while I'm there. I've never done an IGTV, but apparently it's like a thing now that we're supposed to be doing. Another thing to keep up with. Okay. Also, those I showed putting up in a vlog that I think will be coming on Wednesday. I think it'll be up after this video. So if you're wondering about those, I will link the Etsy seller down below, but also I talk more about it in an upcoming vlog. And this is a good old fiddle leaf fig that I made myself. And I got the brackets off of Amazon, and then I stained that wood shelf and sanded it down and everything. And those are just random accessory things on top. But it's now about 3 p.m. and I'm starving, so I'm probably gonna go eat some Chipotle. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.